Hey everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon card opening video. I'm trying to film as much as I can for the next coming month because school's going to be starting soon and goodness knows how busy that gets for me as a substitute lunch lady. Anyway, I'm sure I've mentioned before how my roommate likes to go to the game shop across from me because that's where she can play Dungeons and Dragons, and they've been selling Pokemon cards lately too, and well, on one previous visit, she decided to get me Elite Trainer boxes worth of Twilight Masquerade, with the majority being Sinischa because I like tea. Basically just killing two birds with one stone this way. Tea and Pokemon. Anyway, since it's mostly Sinischa, I'll put those that pack artwork at the bottom and do the other ones that are basically just a single pack of the artwork, such as Ursaluna here, though I'm still not sure how I feel about this look. Oh, actually, before I open that, let me give you guys the code card from the battle deck that I'm currently trying to use when I go there for Pokemon cards. Because, as I mentioned previously, I think, not sure which time, but they're doing Pokemon League now, and I'm going to try and start getting in on that. Last week was me basically learning how to play, and I'm going to see how I do, basically. Anyway, Ursaluna. Why is it so hard to open these sometimes? Well, probably because I'm finicky and trying to make things look nice. And from the back, we've got Fighting Energy, Varoom, Volbeat, Lexio, we got Goldeen, always pretty, Heracross, Love Ball, we got Glimora. Sorry, it takes me a minute for some of these. First reverse is Lucky Helmet, then a Litwick, and the rare is a Hollow Frostlass. Well, then again, you're guaranteed a hollow or better, at least with the current system. Now, I mentioned in my community post that the battle deck I'm using is a Houndoom one, and I'm trying to figure out ways to modify it that'll work with it. Again, I'm still new and looking through all the different cards, to the point that I even downloaded a cataloging app just so I can figure out what I've got. And let's just say it's also got a feature that lets me know how much cards are currently worth, and oh boy, between that and finding out just what I have in my collection, I think I'm going to be doing a card grading soon. So before I do that, I'll show you what I plan to send off, so I at least have a record of what I'm sending in case something gets lost. Ooh, we got an unfair stamp ace card. I did not expect this. Then again, my roommate was joking that anytime she gets me cards, I usually end up getting something good with hers, as opposed to what I buy myself. Okay, you can use this card only if any of your opponent's Pokemon, or no, not your opponent's, any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, then you draw 5 cards and your opponent draws 2. Definitely something I'm going to have to check out. Anyway, next reverse is Froakie, and then we have Hollow Iron Leaves. Again, I'm going to show this off a bit more because definitely an interesting one. And maybe something I can add to my deck. What do you guys think? Do you think this would work? As I was saying, my new catalog app also gives me current value of the cards, so I'm going to have an easier time looking up how much these are worth. I don't have my phone with me, it's currently charging, or else I'd be using it right now. Then again, I like to at least add the price when I'm doing my editing, so it says at least somewhat current, like of the week I'm posting, basically. I've made sure to include the dates at least since the last year, so people have a better idea of how recent my pricing is with that I do in the subtitle bit here. Draft rig, full picks. And you guys, I'm just wondering, do you get annoyed when I talk throughout the video about random stuff in my life or things that I'm interested in? Or are you okay with it as long as it's at least related to Pokemon? Just figured I'd ask. And another Frostlass? Well, these were random packs from a booster box in the store, so. And now we're finally starting with the Sinischa packs. Yeah, I'm going to be clear. I do kind of have at least a issue with caffeine and tea. If I haven't had any that day, good chance that I'm going to be a sourpuss that day. Or as my sister would say, a fire-breathing dragon. Which is fair because that is my Chinese zodiac sign. Insert rim shot. Yeah, I can be quite off topic when I try to do this because, again, I'm still not used to conversation with other people. It is something I need to work on, but it's a general problem when you're on the spectrum, is that you don't always sound quite right or say things that make sense in the conversation. Ooh, that's pretty! We got a Beyond Illustrator Rare! And behind that is Benzadippity. Name is difficult, and I do not know the point of that because I've yet to play the game. Still cute little Pion. Definitely pretty. And if I had an Aqua theme deck, that's probably what I'd be going for. Not sure if it would actually make anything, but it's, again, cute. Up. Forgot I had the sleeves over here, so let's actually sleeve up the Ace spec card really quick before I open the next pack. Let's see. Okay, next pack. And checking out how much of the processing that OBS is using right now, I'm reminded that I still need to look for a battery for the laptop my aunt and uncle gave me to basically use either for just doing stuff for fun or as solely for recording and editing. Because, yeah, it's fine if I keep it plugged in, but well, I don't want people to constantly trip over the cord for the charger. Okay, Brute Bonnet. Community Center. Ambipom. Then we got Alakazam. And the rare is Chandelure. Interesting. I'm saying that not because I haven't gotten it yet or anything, just because during the Lucario raid day last weekend, I actually did Shiny Chandelure trade with one of the other players. First time we actually met face to face. Usually we're just somewhere else and don't realize it. Okay. Okay, one from the back. We've got Darkness Energy, Grookey, Finizen, Wattrel, Glimmet, Scolipede, Bellybolt, Accompanying Flute. First verse is a Draklock, though it looks like there's a Dreepy in front of it. Then we got Poliwhirl, and the rare, Hollow Hisuian Arcanine. I'm going to apologize right now if I end up talking too much about things I want to try with my deck, but I'm interested and also nervous about making any sort of modifications to it. But again, I want to at least try and play and actually use the cards I have now that I can do so. That said, I'm still giving you guys the code cards, even though it was recommended by the Pokemon professor to use them to make a virtual deck that I can play around with. Because I'm not doing that. I already have enough issues with collecting in real life. Doing it in two places is, well, it'd probably be easier because at least then it would be doing it for me, but hey, I've got enough on my computer. Got more Pico. Ooh, we got an Infernape Illustrated Rare. Bleh. Definitely getting the pulls here. And after that, we got another Chandelure. I hate how when I'm recorded, it's mirrored. It'll look normal to you guys, but me, it's having to remember which card is in which hand here. And to flip it, basically. Kind of like one episode of Shelby Blue that I watched when I was younger. But it was not knowing of the show, it was basically a kids detective series featuring a Chinese American teenager who was also a detective. And I barely remember any of it because I barely got time to actually see it because, well, other shows, and also they kept changing the freaking time slot for it, it seemed like, when I was a kid. One from the back. Oh, forgot to show off Infernape a little more. Or at least I think I didn't show it off, but just to be safe. Anyway, Fire Energy, Wattrel, Volbeat, Goldeen, Sandygast, Ambipom, Bug Catching Set, Aggron, Lana's Aid is our first reverse for this pack. Then a Frostlass. And the rare? is Teal Mask Okrapon. I am being very careful about how I say that because of the first time I pulled this and what happened. See booster box opening part 1, maybe part 2. Can't remember which one at the moment, but you know what I mean. Ugh, I had to actually do the bleep for that. All because of Freudian slip. This is why I generally say when I upload this, not intended for kids, because of that sort of nonsense that happens. I mean, kids could still watch it technically. YouTube isn't exactly good at that sort of thing if the kids say that they're over 13. But you get my point. I try to at least watch it, but it's probably not the best for kids. I mean, yeah, I mostly just show off the Pokemon cards that I get out of the packs, but sometimes I talk about random stuff going on around me that not only would the kids find boring, they might not want to hear. Ooh, we got Dragapult EX. Pretty sure I already pulled this, but I'll take it. I can at least have it on hand if I want to do a Dragon deck or to sell. Like I said, current price on screen, please. This is as of the time I've edited this, which will probably be tomorrow. I'm recording on a Sunday, by the way. And this is my first recording for today. That means you'll be seeing it. Well, the Wednesday that you see it is going to be pretty soon after I've opened everything. And we're on the last pack. And like I said, roommate gets me something, I end up with better pulls. So thank you, CJ. Her nickname and what I'm going to use for her, because she has a school job of her own and does not want to be recognized online, basically. Private life is private and work life is work life, basically. And it's hard enough to separate those two when kids recognize her when we go out shopping. Let's just say she's a very popular teacher at her school, at least with the kids. So at the same time, they get annoyed with her being a stickler for rules. So she does give them plenty of chances to make up for things. Anyway, Rhyfort, Diplin, Chiyu, Scolipede is our first, well, second to last reverse here. Then Reverum, and our final rare. 1, 2, 3. It is a Hollow Infernape. So far, not too bad for this opening. Let me just quickly sort these and then we'll go ahead to the recap.